Hello everybody, it's me again, 3 Lotus Tarot. Today we are going to do a question that has just come to me because I had sat down to do another reading, but this one came into my mind to tell me that this was needed by somebody out there. So I'm going to focus on this question instead, which is what is the next step out of this challenging situation? I just had the feeling that some of you out there are really going through a difficult time, a hard time, a sad time, a time that is making you feel lost, or it's making you even do things that are very out of the ordinary. You're not able to focus at work. Perhaps you're kind of all over the place, and I get this distinct feeling that you are almost on the verge of destroying yourself. You're on the verge of because you can't concentrate at work, because you can't concentrate on the stuff that you're meant to do, it's really taking a big toll on you. And so I thought, yes, let's do this topic first and then we'll get on to the other one. Okay, so I've got 3 piles for you, of course, already. Pile number 1 is the Carnelian stone in its raw form. It's so interesting, isn't it? So these stones, today's crystals came to me. Some of them are stones, some of them are crystals, but these came to me from South Africa by virtue of my sister. So thank you, shout out to my sister out there. The Carnelian stone, pile number 1 with the Page of Wands. Okay, pile number 2 is the Goldstone. You can see how it sparkles again in its raw form. The Goldstone with the 8 of Wands. And pile 3 is the Apophylite or Apophylite. I'm not very sure how to pronounce it, but it's a clear quartz stone made up of silica. Very, very interesting. This is its it's stone part, but this is the crystal part. Okay, Apophylite or Apophylite, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, with the 5 of Wands. Okay, so take your time, concentrate on your question. I'm just I guess it's at the top of your mind already, but just concentrate on the question into thinking, how am I going to step out of this challenging situation now? How am I going to get the courage or get the strength or get the creativity to know what to do next? Okay, so we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Thank you so much. I will see you in your reading, and you'll find the timestamps in the description box below. Hi everybody, you have chosen pile 1 with the Page of Wands and the Carnelian stone. Page of Wands and the Carnelian stone. I think that at the moment I think the worst of things has maybe passed, or you have gone through the difficult times, the challenging times for quite some time. You have been really maybe quite scarred by it. As I see in this Carnelian stone, there's like all sorts of turns and knots in you that have been caused, that have been put there in your soul. You feel them very deeply, but now I think that you're on the way out. You are starting anew, or you're at least thinking about having that strength, having that desire to start anew. But let's get more of your cards, pile 1, and let's see, where is pile 1 right now? What is pile 1 feeling right now? What is pile 1 feeling right now? let's take a look at these 3 cards that came out. Of course, first of all, you did see the Tower card came out. So you've got the Tower. Obviously, something very chaotic and destructive happened to you. Okay, King of Swords. And the 5 of Swords. Ooh, okay. So I think something quite devastating happened. It was a big fire, big event and situation that burnt down what you had going, what was existing and current in your life. Okay, it was tremendous, it was passionate, it was tumultuous, there was a lot of heat, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of sorrow, there's, you know, all sorts of the high intensity emotions that just ran through this event that happened here. There was somebody who was very forceful, somebody who was very aggressive in this situation. It might have been you, it might have been somebody else, but there was a lot of hurt, there was a lot of okay, I was gonna say something a little bit not so nice, but there was the energy of I'd rather hurt you than hurt myself. This is what I felt when the 5 of Swords came out, which is not usually what I get from this particular card in the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. It's not the usual definition that I get or the usual emotion that I get, but this is what I got here, which is like I have to hurt you rather than to hurt myself. I have to do this for my own good. This might have been you, this might have been somebody else, or even like, you know, one party against other parties, like several different people. But yeah, it did knock, one person did it and it knocked the other person or the other party quite astoundingly. So they were blinded, they didn't know that this was going to happen, but yeah, the person who did it stood strong and really cut through the bullshit, I was going to say, cut through it and just came right out and was very matter of fact, very cutting, very blunt when they set about the turn of events, and when they set about the series of events that really burned down the situation that was at hand. So this is what happened. So I was asking, the question was, I was asking what you are feeling right now, but I think that actually that you're feeling strong now, you're feeling stronger than you were before, and you're willing now to think about what I can do, how next I should move on in order to find something better for myself, in order to find meaning again, or in order to find sanity again. So you are willing and you are rather eager, I would say. Not necessarily that you feel happy in the sort of eagerness, but you're just done with this. You're just done with this and you want to get out of the situation currently, and you want to be strong and you want to do what you have to do in order to just get on with the next step. Yeah, okay, so let's see what was the lesson that Pile 1 had to learn from this. Because as we know, every situation that happens to us, you know, we don't think that we should not think that it happened for nothing, right? It was not a joke at our expense. It was not. Let's put these back because there are too many cards here that came out all together. Yeah, so it was not for a joke. It was not just like, oh yeah, it was meant to happen that way for no rhyme or reason. There was a lesson you were meant to learn, Pile 1. Let's see, what is the lesson you were meant to learn from this situation? What is the lesson that Pile 1 was meant to learn from this challenging situation. So we have the Nine of Wands. It really hit you hard. Nine of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Moon, the Magician, and the Three of Wheels. Okay, what were you meant to learn? So I think that you had a pretty good life. Everything was you if somebody were to ask you, like, how's your life, like, you're happy, you were happy. Okay, this could have been you or the other person, but I think that this happened between you and somebody else. So the life that you shared, or the situation that both of you were involved in, was a happy situation, a good situation, bountiful, beautiful, light, joy. It was all there, happiness. You're definitely happy, you're fulfilled. But then this came about, and the lesson that you were meant to learn is that no matter how bad something may be, no matter if you struggled through it all, or you work so hard to achieve a feeling of the Ten of Cups. Maybe you didn't have the Ten of Cups, but you were working towards the Ten of Cups, which is the ultimate happiness, the ultimate fulfillment, and abandoning yourself to joy and happiness and beauty in life, right? So whether you had that or you didn't have that, but you were striving towards it, you worked long and hard for it. But the thing is, in life, the lesson was meant to teach you that things can fall apart like nobody's business. They can fall apart when you least expect it. Life can change on the spin of a dime. Life can throw curveballs to you. You never know what's going to happen. You don't know everything that there is to know about life. Perhaps you felt that, things are working out, things are happening the way that they should. But this lesson, and it wasn't meant to be a jibe at you, like, haha, you thought you knew what was going to happen, but life and universe is going to throw a curveball at you. It wasn't meant as a jibe, but the situation was meant to develop in a way that you thought that you were going to have what you wanted. But that situation was set up for you so that you think that it's going to happen, or you think that that is what you wanted, or you think that that was the best situation for you. But in reality, that situation was going to change and disrupt, so that you will learn this lesson that's coming out for you, and so that what is truly the best for you is going to be able to be manifested for you, because what you thought you wanted may not have been what was best for you. So you may not have known everything that is to know, but then now, as you try to climb out of the pit, as you try to come out on the other side with the Page of Wands here, you're beginning to see that, wow, perhaps there were red flags that you didn't see. Perhaps as you get further down the road of healing and recovery and rejuvenation, you will realize that, hey, I always thought that I wanted that, but that was not what was meant to be, or that was not the best that could have been. I'm so much happier now, I'm so much healthier now, I'm so much more holistic, and what I have right now is truly what I want. Because after you learn this lesson, after you realize that the ground can be knocked out from under you, you are able to persevere and grow stronger and come out on the other side, just the way that you are doing right now. That's why you're feeling that little pinches of hope, little steps of, hey, every day is getting better. Hey, today, hey, what about if I do this? You're starting to make plans again. You're starting to enjoy life a little bit more again. You're starting to see a little bit more beauty in life. You're starting to get a little bit more active. I want to do this, I want to do that. You're thinking about the future. You're planning for the future. Or you're beginning to see that, wow, today's like the first day in a long time that I have thought about something that I used to enjoy doing that has so long been out of my life because I've been in the doldrums. So then you're able to come out and build yourself into a stronger person. You will manifest yourself as a stronger, wiser, more mature, deeper person. Like you have more depth in you now, and you're able to better understand life and its possibilities, maybe different personalities that are around in the world, how people could be. Sometimes people can be very cruel to one another. Or if you were the one who burnt down what was existing, perhaps it was for the better for yourself and the other person as well. Or somehow definitely there was a lesson to be learned. So you're going to manifest a stronger, better future for yourself. Hopefully for the other person, they will do so on their side as well. That's their reading, okay? But you're going to know that you're also going to know that when you work at it, when you work at something, you will come out on the other side. So that is the lesson, okay? You worked hard, you worked long, you were fighting hard for what you thought you wanted. But when that was swept out from under you, you realize that, hey, now after going through I don't know how many moons of sadness and suffering and trauma, you are now coming out on the opposite side. You were definitely probably like a lone wolf, going your own way. You didn't want to be with other people, but perhaps now you see more of an opportunity, you see more possibility, more value in being with others. So you're working at it. You're working, and it will come out and be something better, be something more fruitful for you, Power One. Okay, so let's also see what can Power One focus on to help themselves out of this challenging situation. What can they focus on to build in themselves as they get out of this challenging situation? Okay, beautiful cards have come out for you, Power One. So you have the Three of Cups. Remember when I said that when you work at it and you spend time with others, work with others, instead of being the lone wolf, you've got the Three of Cups now. Yes, go out there. You're beginning to see the value of other people, the value of friends, the value of laughter, enjoyment. You're starting. You may not be fully there yet, but you're starting. Or if sometimes you feel like, I can't do this, I really can't, I just want to stay home and wallow, perhaps force yourself a little bit to get out of your shell, because it's time, and that will facilitate your next step of healing. Okay, and you also have death, of course. Of course you'd have death, and you've got the World. So death is that major change, that major transformation. First you had the Tower that got rid of what was not working for you in the as is at that moment in time, right? And then now as you're climbing out on the other side, you've got death, because now you are transforming, you are changing. It is a metamorphosis. The old you has died, and the new you is going to be reborn. And that's why you also see the World come out for you, and the World is in conjunction with the Magician. So that's a very powerful combination, because the World is that end, that encapsulating resolution to the previous chapter, so that you can move on to the next chapter. That is a new beginning for you, and that's of course what you would expect after death, because of that major change, that major metamorphosis that's going to lead you on to a bigger, better, brighter world. And you will see from, you know, your blue Nine of Wands, the Moon, Lone Wolf colors, you are moving across to the bright, happy red, yellow colors of the next step, and you will see that in your Three of Cups as well. So I'm really happy to see that Pile 1, you are really on that next on that ladder already. You're not stuck at the bottom of the pit, you're already on that ladder that's climbing out of the pit, ready to rejoin the world. So know that you are on your way, you're well on your way, Pile 1. The worst is behind you, the hardest, craziest turmoil is behind you. It's left its mark on you, it has. But the thing is, now you know better, and you're going to be manifesting a brand new start for yourself. I just want to tell you too that the Carnelian helps to banish sorrow. So you picked a beautifully meaningful pile for yourself. The Carnelian banishes sorrow from the emotional body that is in you, okay? And it increases your personal power, it increases your compassion, and it helps you to love yourself, and it helps you to see the love that is within you, so that then you can start to love yourself and then spread that love even outside of you to other people. Okay, now let's end your reading, Pile 1, with some pieces of advice from the Archangel Power Oracle deck. What advice can we give Pile 1, please? 2 cards. Okay, so the advice from the Archangel Power Oracle deck is you've got the High Priestess. So serene and peaceful. So powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. Be at peace, Pile 1. Follow your intuition, follow your gut. If you're called to be with other people, if you're called to really take the next step, the next rung on the ladder, meet up with some friends, have some joyful, happy times, go ahead and do it, because you are going to be healing yourself. Okay, be at peace and heal yourself, the High Priestess. And you also have the 5 of Gabriel, a challenge that you can resolve, Pile 1. See this and take heart. Withdraw from the drama of others and have patience with yourself and those around you. Okay, you have people around you, friends around you, like we see in the Three of Cups, who want what's best for you, who want to help you, who want to support you. Okay, who want to see you back to your jolly, happy self. So forgive yourself, have patience with yourself, be at peace, and listen to the little bits of intuition and gut feeling that tell you, okay, let's go out tonight. Okay, you know, let's enjoy this movie, because life goes on. Life does go on, and this, what happened to you before, is a challenge that you can resolve, because it was a lesson that you were meant to learn anyway, and now you're on that healing path already. Please don't forget that, Pile 1. You're already on that ladder out of the pit, and I wish you a lot of strength. Okay, and just keep taking the next step, one step at a time. One step at a time. Forget the drama of the past, forget the drama of people around you. If there are people like that, you just want to have peace and quiet and support and happiness around you. So mill about with people who are like that, friends who are like that, friends who want the best for you, and you'll be in very good hands. So that's what I have for you today, Pile 1. Thank you for being here. If this reading has been helpful, please give me a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe to the Three Lotus Tarot. We are on the way to building up a great big family, and I hope that you will join us, because every bit of action that comes from you helps the channel grow and helps the videos get around. Thank you so much, and until I see you in the next one, bye. Hello, Pile 2. You have chosen the Eight of Wands and the Goldstone. The Eight of Wands with the Goldstone. Let's see what's around you at this moment, Pile 2. So what is the energy of Pile 2 right now? What is the energy of Pile 2 right now? What is the energy of Pile 2 right now? Okay. All right. So there's a lot of cards that have come out. What is the energy of Pile 2 right now? It's very strange. All of the cards came out in the reverse, but let's take a look. You've got the World, the Ten of Cups. These two cards came out in Pile 1 as well. So if you were also called to Pile 1, you may want to check that out, because even when I was tapping into the energy of the Eight of Wands, the protagonist energy, the main energy, seemed a little bit similar. Okay, so you have got the Queen of Wands. So beautiful, right? Like so big and bold and beautiful. Okay, you've got the High Priestess. Do you know, in so long of me using the Tarot of the Golden Wheel for readings, the High Priestess has never come out. And today, I happened to particularly look at the High Priestess card, and now it's come out. So there is definitely a message for you, Pile 2. We also have the Chariot for you. A lot of major arcana. And the Hierophant. Wow, okay, let me take a look and let's unpack. What is the message here for Pile 2? The energy at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. Let's put this here and let's see how it fits into your reading. So what was the question? The question was, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now? So remember when I told you the cards all came out in reverse? So the Eight of Wands, firstly, let's break it down very quickly, okay? The Eight of Wands, even the Eight of Wands is usually a card of telling you that something's going to happen fast, something's going to happen soon. There's pace and speed, okay, or communication that's going to come, that's like whoa, it's going to come now. And the card has a lot of blue in it, which speaks a lot about thunderous clouds, right? Look at what it shows here. But the man's face is very happy. And it always looks to me like, even though he seems to be charging from a bright, pleasant space, so somewhere with thunderous clouds and lightning, he always seems to be like he's charging happily. It's almost as if, like, you know, he's embracing what's coming and he's not afraid of it. And that is why when I tell you that this Pile 2's energy of the main card is very similar to the energy of Pile 1. If you were drawn to Pile 1, please do go check out Pile 1, because there are a lot of similar cards, but also the main energy is similar, because Pile 1 was very much like on the ladder that was climbing out of the hole that they were stuck in. okay, the challenging situation that they were stuck in. And you, pile 2, you have this energy about you that's like, you know, I'm going to charge forward. I have no fear, I have no qualms. I know that I can handle it, and rough it even though it may be, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I wonder if power 2 is like the precursor energy, the persona that was before power 1, because in power 1 there was that energy of okay, I'm gonna have to hurt somebody, and I have to do it because I'd rather hurt somebody else than have somebody hurt me. So I wonder if this is that persona. But anyway, so like I said, that the cards came out in reverse. Okay, the cards came out in reverse, and you have very, very beautiful, actually very, very beautiful, strong cards here. The world talks about an ending of a cycle, a successful ending, a successful completion, and therefore the movement and beginning of the next adventure. 10 of Cups is happiness, great happiness, great joy, fulfillment, all my dreams coming true. My heart overflows with gratitude and joy and fulfillment, I keep wanting to say. The Queen of Wands is strong. The Queen of Wands is very psychic, very intuitively aligned to her instinct and her third eye chakra. Okay, and she's next to the High Priestess, who is that guardian between the two worlds, right? And has the key to insights and secrets and knowledge of two realms. The Chariot is all about moving forward and striving for success, going ahead and charging forward, again like charging here, right? And going into the battle and grasping success and victory where they can. The Hierophant is a big spiritual teacher, a guru, or established norms in society. But these all came out in the reverse, like I was saying. So perhaps what you're feeling now is that whilst you were going to go ahead and you knew that there was something that had to be done, it was a bitter pill, a bitter action to take, but you knew that you had to take it, and you were like, okay, I've made up my mind, I'm going to do it. Challenging as it may be, heavy as it may be, tumultuous as it may be, thundering as it may be, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then all these came out in reverse. So it's throwing your world, it's throwing you and your world into a frenzy. It's throwing you and your world into topsy-turviness. Okay, but the biggest thing I want to say is that whilst you may have done this, whilst you may have thought that this was a good action that I have to take, if we look at the Chariot in reverse, it's about, you know, maybe being foolhardy, being reckless, not really understanding what is it that you're fighting for, and then going about the battle the wrong way. Okay, the High Priestess in reverse is about not listening to your instinct, not listening to the voice inside your head that's telling you don't do this, you know, or just not caring about what is on the other side of your action, being insensitive. All right. And the Hierophant as well in reverse, it is about not paying heed to advice, to known oh my gosh, what do you call that, like, you know, like where you know something is good for you, when it's a fact, or it's a well proven, time and again tried and true piece of advice or piece of information that you know is good for you. Like, for example, you know, don't go walking around in the rain and then coming home and not getting warm because you will catch cold. So, you know, like that, like you know that common good, but you're going against it. You're not paying attention to what you ought to be wiser about, what you ought to be more matured about, more philosophical about, not philosophical, it's just more wise. You're not being wise, and perhaps that's why you're going charging into that thundering cloud there with lightning. It's going to hit you, but you think that you're stronger than it. You think that that is the right thing to do. Oh, so perhaps, this thought just came to me. Perhaps this is a challenging situation for you. You're going into this thinking that, you don't need to pay heed to all these. And so that's the challenging situation for you. Because when you go ahead and do this, then that crazy chaos is going to come about. Okay, the energy at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is very much about standing your ground, setting parameters, setting boundaries, being strong, fighting for what you believe in. And this is what you truly believe. This is what is pushing you to go into the fray no matter what. So you don't know, or you don't realize that it may not be the best for you, but well, this in this reading, I am telling you about all these down here, the pieces of advice that have come out for you, pile 2, and it is up to you to see what you would like to take away from this reading. Because at the heart of it all, you think that you're standing up for yourself. You think that this is the right thing to do. You're meant to do this. This is going to be the way you're going to charge forward in the battle to grasp success and victory. But actually, because these cards came out in the reverse, you are being maybe a little bit too reckless, not paying heed to wisdom and maturity, not being sensitive to what is around you. It's not going to bring you the 10 of Cups. Wow. Okay. So please, what can we advise? What can we advise pile 2, please, in this situation? What is the advice for pile 2, please, in this situation that they're in right now? I am going to be using the Everyday Witch deck for this. Just now we were using the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Okay, so let's see, what advice do we have for pile 2 in this challenging situation? You've got the Page of Wands. You've got the 8 of Wands here. But you know what? In pile 1, the protagonist card was the Page of Wands. Okay, so we've got the Page of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, yeah, the Page of Pentacles, a lot of pages, the King of Swords, who was also out in pile 1, and the Page of Cups. Many pages for you guys. Why so many pages? Why so many pages, pile 2? The advice is look at things anew. Look at things anew. Get new inspiration. Get new thoughts. Get new conviction. Perhaps this is really not the way for you to go. Whilst you are thinking that it is your right, and you are fighting for your own good, for your own rights. You are fighting for your rights, you're thinking. But you know what? Your advice is new. Think about it again. Think about it again. Hold still for now. 4 of Pentacles. Hold still for now in your real life. Hold still for now. Take a look at the thought process. Take a look at other creative ways that you could solve this problem instead of jumping headlong into a thunderous environment, into an environment that you know is going to bring about chaos and rain and thunder and lightning. Think again. hold still for now. Four of Pentacles in your real life. Okay, hold still for now. Try to think about other motivations, other ways that you could do this. Like you may want to be sending a message across, you may want to make a decision about something, but there is a better way of doing it than what you are planning to do. Okay, so take a stop. You see, look, there's even like a signpost showing that there are multiple ways. You think that there is only one path ahead of you, you think there is only one way to do it, but no, there are many ways, and you can so-called flip a coin and find another way, see if another way is better. Look, the cat is trying, you're going this way, the cat is trying to show you perhaps there is another way. There is another way. You are looking back at the cat, so I hope that you really do pay attention to the possibility. The Page of Cups is always to me about creativity. What you think is the only way may not be the only way. Just take some time, go out in nature, breathe, and then let inspiration come to you. Let inspiration whisper different alternatives to you, because the way you're going to proceed is going to bring about a really challenging position, a really challenging situation for you and perhaps the other parties that are involved. Okay, so be strong, be strong. So the King of Swords was in conjunction with the High Priestess. Two halves, well, not two halves, two opposing styles, right? The Swords suit is very much about facts and intellect and decisioning and being sure and true, and sometimes rather cutting, sometimes being very factual, like this is it, I know this is the way to go and this is how we're going to do it. But the High Priestess is all about intuition, is about paying heed to the little pieces of insight or whispers of solutions that could come to you outside of your thinking brain, outside of your logical brain. So it is time for you to put together the two halves. Listen to your intuition, but at the same time use your brain, use your intellect to figure out what is the best way to do it. Don't just go hurtling into a crazy storm, because you're going to stir up a hornet's nest. You really are. So the Goldstone just suddenly spoke to me. What does the Goldstone want to say? The Goldstone gives good luck. The Goldstone is a harbinger of wealth, prosperity, and it helps you attain your goal and stay calm. It also stimulates optimism, diplomacy. It stabilizes the energies. So what you could be doing is that, you chose the Goldstone because that is precisely what you need. You need to stabilize yourself. You need to have the good luck and stay calm in order to move towards your objective. Okay? And it allows you, the Goldstone helps you to recognize the barriers in the path to your development. So perhaps, it can give you some insight, some help into thinking about how else you can achieve your goal without being too reckless and rushing headlong, perhaps unwisely or unjustly even, because that word came to me. Are you being unjust by just springing something on some other people? I don't know. Take what resonates with you, pile 2, but basically you are asked to please think about it again. Okay, so these cards came out. I was just shuffling, but these cards came out. The Queen of Wheels. Queen of Wheels, the Queen is always that divine feminine energy, right? And the Queens are always, they're at the top of the pinnacle. They are like together with the kings, but the king is usually very like a divine masculine energy. The queen is more divine feminine. So the gentler, softer, more empathetic way than the king. So the Queen of Wheels is asking you to be aware of what's happening around you in your 3D world, in your material world, and to then take into account that, you know, other people, the situation at large, before just going about and doing what you want to do. Taking into account, being more empathetic, being more understanding, being more observant, slower, just to be sure about what you're doing. And the Wheel of Fortune is that the wheel turns. The wheel turns, and yeah, you know, you may think that you are doing the right thing for yourself, and so that's why you are smiling in this card, like what I showed just now. But you know, we don't know what's going to happen. The Wheel of Fortune could turn around, and then you could be stuck in a really challenging position that you do not want to be in, and that you do not have to be in if you take heed to the advice that is coming out for you in your reading, pile 2. Right, so let's close this reading for you today with your awesome Archangel Power Oracle cards. What advice can we give pile 2, please? What advice can we give pile 2, please? Not this, because so many. Anything else? And last shuffle. Okay, thank you. Right, so let's see what you have. Of course, the 4 of Michael came out for you, pile 2. Insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. So remember what I told you, right? The King of Swords and the High Priestess. The King of Swords in conjunction with the High Priestess, you are asked to make use of both sides of you. Please, intelligence, facts, intellect, but also your intuition, your understanding, your sensitivity. So insights can come to you from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, and to seek relief from stress. Okay, and also the 10 of Michael came out for you, pile 2. A situation has ended. You see the Wheel of Fortune. A situation has ended and you're finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. If you use the King of Swords energy together with your High Priestess energy and think about new ways to do it this rather than hurtling straight forward unwisely, you will see a more healthy, a less hurtful, less injurious ending to the situation that you're trying to resolve here, and you will finally be free and you'll be able to put the past behind you. So I hope you take great heed to that, because very strong messages have come out for you here, pile 2. If this reading has been helpful for you, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment, share, subscribe to the Three Lotus Tarot as we continue to work at becoming a great big channel, because my intention is to go out there and be able to help and share insight with all of you out there in terms of preparatory measures towards life for you as a whole. Okay, so until I see you in the next one, guys, bye. Hello, pile 3. You have chosen the 5 of Wands with the Apophylite or Apophylite. I need to go and learn how to say this name of this crystal. So the 5 of Wands, usually meaning some friction, some differences in opinion, or people not agreeing with how you're doing things. So let's take a look now. What is the challenging situation that pile 3 is in? What is the challenging situation that pile 3 is in? What is the challenging situation? There are 3 cards here. I'm going to put that back because it's too many. Sorry guys, a card fell on the floor and I had to go get it. Okay, so what is the current situation that pile 3 is in? You've got the Temperance. Let's see. You've got the King of Cups. And the Moon. So for some reason, in this reading, I did think that the cards that are coming out, they're not necessarily related. So there's several different scenarios that may apply to you, pile 3, or different clusters of people who chose pile 3. Okay, so for some of you, there is an evolutionary path that's ahead of you. There is something that you don't know, or maybe you're feeling lost, maybe you're feeling lonely, maybe you're feeling like, I don't know what to do next, I don't know what's in store for me next, I don't know where to go next. And then the King of Cups is telling me about people who may be having a difficulty with some emotions on their side, whether it's love or ooh, I just had this thought, like there's this one person who maybe had love and emotion and affection for a few different people, so now they're in that difficult situation of having to choose, right? And then some people are having a difficulty with waiting for something to happen, something that they've worked for, something that they expected to already have happened, but it's taking a long time coming, and they're getting very impatient, very anxious. They're thinking, is it never going to happen? Perhaps for some of you it may be like, you know, a promotion at work, you know, an elevation in your status, and perhaps you feel that I've worked so hard for so many years or for so long, and nobody's acknowledging the work and the effort that I've put in, the investment that I've put in. So is it going to happen? I need, you know, a better status, a better title, a higher position, more money, more power, more control, something, more empowerment. Okay, so you're waiting for it to happen, and you're feeling like, you know, is it never going to happen, right? So let's take a look at what could be advised to you. What is the next step out of the challenging situation? What is the next step, please, out of the challenging situation? Okay, let us take a look. And I have to put this card back together again because it's a little bit squished just now. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Ace of Wands. We've got the Eight of Swords. We've got the King of Wands. We've got the Five of Wheels. Don't ask me why I've divided the cards out like that. Three of Cups. I just am called to do it this way. Okay. And we've got Death. So overarchingly, there is that aura of change that's coming for you. What is the next step out of this challenging situation? Change is coming. Change is coming. So if you have been waiting, if you are wondering what to do next, if you don't know what to do next, change is coming. Change is on the horizon. You are advised to change, grow, manifest something else. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Temperance. So remember when I said something, yeah, you have you have, for those of you who may have felt like they've been waiting a long time and it's not coming, you have felt that lack of it in your physical life, in your physical world, your 3D world. 5 of Pentacles, and then you've got the 3 of Cups. So but it looks like you're feeling this lack, but the change that's coming, you are going to be having some celebration that's going on. So perhaps you will get that promotion or that change in your elevation. Whatever you are waiting for, something is coming, something's going to change. I feel that it may not be that big change that you were hoping for, or that big step that you were hoping for, but some part of it is still going to come, and you're going to enjoy it, you're going to celebrate it, you're going to still be grateful for it. Okay, so not the whole big shebang that you have been wanting, but some part of it is going to come. It may not be all the money that you wanted, it may not be as big an elevation in status as you wanted, or you know, if you, for example, if you've been, let's say, waiting for a house sale to take place, things may move a little bit. It may not move the entire way, but it may move a little bit. So there is still something to celebrate on a certain level. Okay, for the other group of you, the King of Cups, somebody, something to do with love, something to do with emotions. What is going to happen? Something's going to change as well. So what is the change? The change is that is an Ace of Wands, a new beginning, and the Knight of Cups, an offer. An offer is going to come in. Wow. Okay, so for the example that I gave earlier, which was like maybe there's somebody who has many objects of affection, or you like several different people, and maybe you're trying to make up your mind. There is a change happening. You are going to be making up your mind, or you're going to be forced to choose one out of the many, however there may be. Or if it's something to do with emotion, it could also be something that makes you really happy, that you have been waiting for, something that's going to, like, you know, even if you are waiting for, let's say, somebody to become pregnant, you know, you want to become a father, you want to become a parent, there is an offer that's going to come in. It's not going to happen very fast, but there is an offer that's coming in that's going to start a brand new world for you, a brand new path for you. So emotionally, something that you were waiting for emotionally that was going to make you super happy, it is going to come. The change is that there will be a new start. Wow, so I see a lot of there's happiness here, there's happiness here. Right, let's take a look at this one now. So the Moon was about somebody who maybe did not know where they're going to head to next, or maybe they feel lonely, like this lone wolf here, lonely, crying, howling at the moon. You don't know what to go, what to do. The environment is cold. Yeah, wow, okay, but the change is coming. Remember that you have the Death card here, so change is coming. What is the change? We have the 8 of Swords and the King of Wands. Okay, so this is how I placed it just now. So the 8 of Swords is you keeping yourself trapped. Perhaps you're feeling lonely, but why are you feeling lonely? Perhaps because you're not going out and engaging with other people. Perhaps because you're the one who does not want to socialize, or you feel a little bit of nervousness, or you're worried that people may not accept you for who you are, or you just don't know how to get out there. So it is, you know, it is a prison of your mind. You are the one thinking that people may not like you, people may not welcome you, people don't enjoy your company. You are the one who feels that you have to be alone. You are the one who, perhaps even if you've gone through something traumatic, perhaps even like the loss of a loss of a significant loved one, and you feel like I don't have a right to be happy, I don't have a right to laugh, I shouldn't because I'm here, they're not. Don't lock yourself away, because the swords, nothing is stopping you but yourself. Nothing is stopping you but yourself. So you have to, like we see the King of Wands here, you have to get out there and have the conviction to be the king of your life, to be that ruler, that royalty, that ace, that VIP, that super VIP of your life. You can be. You don't have to be lost and alone and lonely and single and cold and out in the cold. You don't have to be. Okay? You can make yourself the king of your life. You behave like the king when you go out in public with others, and you exude that self-confidence, exude that charisma, that bring about, show off that beautiful personality of yours. Confident, bright, intelligent, charismatic, strong. And once you do that, you'll break out of that prison, and people want to welcome you, people want to be with you, people will want, so you don't have to be that lone wolf anymore. Okay, wow. Okay, so this pile 3 seems to be like a range of people, a range of situations that may be challenging for you. Okay, so now let's see what is the next question that we can ask. How can pile 3 help themselves out of this challenging situation? What can they do specifically? What can they do to help themselves out of this challenging situation specifically? What can you do, pile 3? Let's take a look at what you can do. Knight of Swords. Go out there and do it. Knight of Swords. The knight is always a man of action, right? And the swords is he's going to take the actions. He's going to analyze the problem. He's going to figure out the solution, and he's going to execute the solution. So just go out there and do it. Whatever you need to do, go out there and do it. Okay, Knight of Swords, and you have the 9 of Swords. Not a time to be lamenting anymore and being anxious, because the sun is rising. There's a beautiful red bird here. Can you see, heralding the new day, chirping away? The sun is rising. It's no longer a time for lamenting and feeling sorry for yourself and keeping yourself locked away in a room somewhere all messed up. Oh, okay, so yeah, okay, I just had a message. If you're in an environment that's messy, that's haphazard, that's dirty, clean that up first, because when you clean up that surrounding around you, your head will clear as well, your aura will lift, your vibration will lift, and then you'll be much happier, more positive, more clear-headed. You'll have more clarity. So please do that if you are in an environment that is messy and dirty, and that's just keeping you locked in and down. Okay, so go out there and do it. Not a time to lament anymore. 7 of Pentacles, one step at a time. Take it one step at a time, bite-sized chunks. If you're going to go out, don't suddenly jump into like, okay, I'm going to go out every night and drink until 3 a.m, party till 4 a.m. Take it one step at a time. Okay, if you miss a day, if you miss one outing, don't think that, oh my gosh, I've lost that momentum, I've lost the progress. If you're a person of extremes, you may feel that, but don't, because every little step counts. So 7 of Pentacles, embrace and enjoy and appreciate every little step that you make, because it does take time. The 7 of Pentacles is all about working one step at a time, and then your fruits will be ready for harvesting. Okay, you also have the Page of Pentacles. Yes, now you've got to choose. You've got to choose what you want to do, and you have that opportunity now. You have the opportunity opportunity to figure out what it is that you want to do. Where do you want to go? The map may be in front of you, but you have to take that first step. Okay, you have to take that first step in real life. And that's why you have the Knight of Swords also telling you to charge on ahead and get it done. That's what you need to focus on doing, pile 2. 10 of Wands, it may feel really difficult, it may feel really heavy. I'm not used to doing this, I don't know how to do this, but like I said, take it one step at a time. Decide, clear up your surroundings, clear up your mental space, your heart space. And then the 10 of Swords is also showing you that that's the end of a struggle. That's the you know, 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. After that you'll have a new beginning, the Page, right? So that's it, you're almost at the end. You just have to, it's that uphill climb with the burden. Yep. And that really face. But you see, there's a lot of tenacity in you. You're still climbing. You're not letting any of the wands fall. You're not stopping. You're not down on your knees. You're not flat on your back. You are, you know, really, hard is maybe suffering. It may be, but you're still going forward. So yes, you are almost at the end of this uphill battle, at this end of this journey. So what you have to do is focus on these things that I've given you specifically that you could do to move yourself out of that position, and know and live with the knowing that change is here. Time for change is here, and it is, so far as we have seen from the 3 situations that we were reading for, there's always like a happy ending. There's the 3 of Cups, there's the Ace of Wands, there's the King of Wands, right? So there's good things that's out there waiting for you. So all you have to do is do these things for yourself first and help yourself on the way, and then believe that change is here, and you will be manifesting what is due to you. Okay, what your karma will ripen and bring to you. Let's get some advice from the Archangel Power Oracle deck. Let's get some advice, please. What advice do we have for pile 3, please? Okay, these are too many cards, so I am going to put them back. You know my style. Anything else? Anything else? Well, again, many cards. Let's see. Anything else, please? Any other piece of advice for pile 3? Nope. Okay, so let's see what is on the cards for you. You've got the 9 of Gabriel. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Environmental activism. Okay, so perhaps also get out there in nature. Breathe some fresh air, get some sun, feel the earth and ground beneath your feet so that you can ground yourself and be rejuvenated by fresh air. Ladybugs, birds, butterflies, flowers, grass, plants, sky, clouds, sun. Okay, so get out there, but be determined and you will move forward. Okay, 9 of Gabriel, and you also have the Knight of Ariel. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, and you are being watched over by someone kind. So you know that step by step, if you know what to do, and you have had some pieces of advice here, step by step, plan it out, and you will get to that change and that new situation that you prefer to be in, that is for your better good. So pile 3, I'm going to leave you with that. That's an amazing reading, and I hope that it has been helpful collectively. If it has been, please give me a thumbs up. And comment, share, subscribe to the 3 Lotus Tarot as we charge forward to building ourselves into a bigger channel that's going to reach a lot more people. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.